This is NDTV and you are watching NDTV Prime.
Hello and welcome to Mojarto on Art. I'm Anu Subramanian. This week, we sit down with leaders of two of the world's greatest cultural institutions to talk about how they're bringing more South Asian artists to their gallery walls. Plus, Hyderabad-based classical singer Harini Rao puts on a performance for us. And in the world of Mojarto, we meet four artists represented by Gallery Art Oxygen, and Paresh Maiti talks to us about the power of water. This is Mojarto on Art. The Metropolitan Museum of Art and the Guggenheim Museum are two of the world's most famous cultural institutions. And they both have a relatively new focus on centering South Asian artists. I spoke with leaders of both these museums about why we might see some more familiar names in their hallowed spaces. You might have noticed that V.S. Gaitonde's paintings sell for top dollar both domestically and abroad. While his work has always been heralded, a 2014 retrospective at the Guggenheim Museum in New York drove up his name value and prices.
The museum has been interested in Indian art, in particular the last 10 years, I would say. Well, it was a demonstration on our part of recognizing this enormous achievement at the same moment that New York was gaining influence through abstract expressionism. And of course, it was serendipitous to discover that Gaitonde had spent almost a year in Manhattan, but an artist of world import and an unusual opportunity for us because of the expertise of the curator Sandini Podar to present the artist first in New York and then later in Venice at the Peggy Guggenheim collection.
Do you think that that show was also a nod to Indian modern art?
I think it was meant to be an important service to a general ignorance. And so to that degree, of course, the world is indebted to India, but our job as museum makers is to try and help people become more knowledgeable. And that was a terrible, terrible gap in understanding creativity after 1950.
Similarly, the Met Breuer, the Metropolitan Museum of Art's new contemporary museum, recently displayed a retrospective of works by South Asian artist Nasreen Mohammadi.
It was important for me when we opened the Met Breuer as this new, in a way, outpost. It's a temporary outpost to the Metropolitan Museum, which is dedicated to modern and contemporary art in its full global scope, that we began that program with one of the inaugural shows being an artist who was under-recognized and who came from outside the accepted Western canon. Nasreen's work I'd been aware of for many years.
Do you think that Nasreen is maybe a good gateway Indian artist? I mean, she doesn't have those strong ethnic motifs. She's not really having brocade work and gold all over. It's very quiet work, like you said, and it could kind of fit into the Western canon in its own way quite easily.
This was a woman who was trained by Gaitonde, who came out of a very different kind of tradition that was established actually in post-partition India, post-independence India. As a Muslim artist, she was working against the grain of essentially a very vibrant, figurative, highly colored tradition. And here was this woman doing this very quiet work that was essentially the DNA or the essence of art making. It's the line, and how complex that line can be.
But a show every few years perhaps isn't enough international recognition for enthusiasts of South Asian art. Wagstaff and Armstrong both say there is more to come, but also more work to be done.
Well, the biggest one is of great familiarity on the part of the staff. So intelligence and sensibility are the key to success. Having the right people with an ongoing inquisitiveness about the subject is crucial. Having people of great empathy is crucial, but also having people of discernment is crucial. So find the right curator, follow his or her instincts, enable them to make ambitious projects, and then hope for the best. And I think we've had good luck.
As with any large institution, it is accompanied by a vast amount of internal bureaucracy, which I am not inured to by any means. But having said that, the Met Breuer is a wonderful opportunity that the Met trustees and the director in particular, Tom Campbell, has been incredibly supportive and influential in ensuring that we have this wonderful, modernist, iconic building, which is a container to make a manifesto for the much broader scope of modern and contemporary practice that includes very much a South Asian strand of programming.
Of course, there are several Indian artists who you can see on display right here, right now. Here are some upcoming events happening across the country. Delhi, head to the India International Center from March 2nd to the 4th to see the 13th annual Asian Women's Film Festival. It's held every year around International Women's Day to celebrate works by women directors of Asian origin. Goa, on February 27th, you can see the Turbans in concert. The Turbans have been touring internationally, and now they're bringing their Near Eastern and Eastern European styles, plus their own compositions, which create modern and energetic performances with reverence for its ancient roots. Kolkata, a journey from beauty and beyond, is taking place on February 27th at 6 p.m. This drama explores the relationship and challenges between a married couple in a Bengali middle-class family. Delhi, on February 25th at the Shri Ram Center, is Katha Ek Kanski. This King of Mathura is a reinterpretation of a well-known Indian mythological tale in a most contemporary theatrical idiom. After the break, we'll see a classical music performance by Harini Rao. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.